Okay, thank you guys for joining us, Christina and Shannon, and maybe we'll have some more people come in, and we're recording this for later also. Um, so let me go ahead and start out by saying that Perfectly Posh, my journey began in October 2nd of 2014, and this was my first time with direct sales. I've had like a health and wellness company, oils that I've signed up for and have been a distributor for, but I've never felt the passion to just really sell and share in the way I have with Posh. So this is basically then my first direct sales experience. So everything I'm about to talk to you about and share with you is just what I've discovered since I started in October. And not saying it's like the best way or the only way, but it's what I've been doing. So since I started in October, I have personally added 25 people to my front line. My entire company team, right, is 34 right now, with a couple more, at least of my friends who are thinking about jumping on, especially after I posted pics a day away, and I just keep doing well with Perfectly Posh as we spread even more. So you said 25 in my front line, and let's see, I made a couple notes before we open up for your questions and scenarios. So first, I gotta show you, I'm wearing my "I'm a Woman and I Own a Business" shirt. I got this shirt from the portal, and when I first saw this shirt, I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it, and I saw a lot of things that said, "I'm a woman, I own a business" with Perfectly Posh, and the reason I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it was like, duh, like women can own businesses. I don't know. It goes with that whole like little girls being princesses thing, but I always think little girls can slay dragons too. So that's just where my mind went. Like, I'm a woman, I own a business. Okay, you know? But as I've been growing my team and as I've been growing my business, I realize it's such a powerful thing to remind myself that I own a business. Okay, this is beyond a hobby. When I'm getting the commission check and we're putting in a vacation fund and I'm getting the money to save for something so we can spend our family money on something else and we can keep our debt down, like, this is a business. So whenever I think about how I'm spending my time and what giveaways I'm giving and incentives and what's coming out, I'm also realizing that a bunch of stuff is coming in, and this is definitely a business. So I wear my shirt proud now, and if you don't have one, you should see if there's still any available in the portal, because it is a good conversation starter. Because people are like, oh, well, what's your business? It's just something they can say when you're out and about, or if they're at a special event or something like that. A very good conversation starter, which also can lead to recruiting. So we'll be there in just a second. Okay, so also with recruiting. So when you recruit, right, you're growing your team. That's it, your team. So in order to get paid on your team, you have to have $500 in sales. $500 yourself to get paid on your team, okay? Now, Andrew, one of the co-founders of Perfectly Posh, complete numbers guy, and he says you need $500 a month and one recruit per month minimum to see your company grow, to see your team grow, to see your business rock, right? So minimum $500 and one recruit. So that goes into setting up with that 30, 60, 90-day props, because 30 days you need $500. Okay, they're kind of giving you like a little grace period. You're building your business. You're explaining it to people. You don't need your recruit yet. 60 days, you need $500 and one recruit. Why? Well, you need to practice maintaining $500 a month to get paid on those people that you recruit and to grow your business. 90 days, you need $1,500 and 3 recruits to hit those awesome 90-day props. So now you're looking at $500 a month, and that requiring a total of 3 by your 90 days goes back to averaging, because you didn't have to get that first one in your first 30 days, okay? I didn't really think about that until a day away when Andrew was talking about the business and 501 again and just growing. So that's really important to realize and to know. So if you are sitting here on the call now, hopefully not either of you, Christina or Shannon, because the fact that you're here means that you're wanting to grow and you're growing. But if you're listening and you look at your monthly sales and you're not hitting $500, that is really important to work on that, because every time you sell something to get that 500, you're putting posh on people and you're talking about it. Every time you have a party, you're getting out there. So getting those sales is part of recruiting, and that's part of how you're going to get paid on your downline eventually. Also, let's see, there was in the leadership meeting, somebody asked a question. And the question was a very valid one, and it was about recruits, but getting recruits that maybe aren't true recruits. And the meeting, what they meant by that was perhaps signing up your husband. Well, Andrew looks at everything. He knows all the reports, and he sees everything. And if your husband's going to sell, or the people, he used the example of your neighbor's daughter, if she's going to sell or is thinking about it, that's great. But if you are just doing it in order to get the number, guess what? All you're going to get is the recruiting incentive, okay? So with that being said, I really like Anne stepped in, and I like what she said, because she said, raise your hand if you're in this room right now, the leadership meeting. So you're talking about PP3 and above. So PP3, they're a premier, gold premier, silver premier, platinum premier in this room, and one or two of their guests. And she said, raise your hand if you were a kidnapper. And no joke, probably a sixth of the room raised their hand. And she called out a premier. I don't know who that person was, but I know she said, you were a kidnapper, okay? So her saying that, it's okay. Sometimes people that say, I don't know if I'm really going to sell anything, right? They can be your rock stars. And on the other hand, somebody that's like, I got this, right? And maybe they really do in their 30 and 60 days, and then they fall off the chart and you don't hear from them again. Okay, so when you are recruiting, keep in mind you need your $500 a month in order to eventually get paid on the people that you're recruiting, and also keep in mind the monthly award. So my goal every month, and since I started in October, was $1,000 a month and 3 recruits. Okay, $1,000 a month and 3 recruits is going to give you the monthly award, and it's going to help grow your business. So that minimum amount would be double what Andrew says that you need in order money-wise to keep going up, okay? So you can do that. You could do $1,500 and 2 recruits, or $2,000 and 1 recruit. Now, something really interesting that I hadn't thought about till Andrew again said this a day away was that this gives you the opportunity to choose how you run your business. If you love selling, and you're like, about recruiting, go sell $2,000 worth, get 1 recruit, you get the monthly award, and that's great. If you're a seller, you have to be a seller to sell $1,000 a month worth, right? And to maintain that. And you want to be an awesome recruiter, you bring them in, then you're getting a benefit from that too, because you've got your $1,000 a month and your 3 recruits. And as those recruits grow, you're going to get paid on them because you have that minimum $500 a month. So I just had to mention all that before we moved into some more interactive time, because that was really important to know what Ann and Andrew think and why it's set up the way it is with recruiting. Because the new, starting last month and then all the way through the whole catalog through July, there's going to be a new recruiting incentive a month. So that's great. You get an exclusive product, but also you got to look at recruits. So with that being said, let's see. Let's see if you, Christina or Shannon, do either of you have any examples? You can type them or you can unmute yourself that you can give that we could chat through on maybe how to turn somebody into a recruit. No.
This is Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Okay. I have done direct sales in the past, and I've never recruited before and kind of just never really took it anywhere. But this time, I do want to take it somewhere. I'm just finishing up my last class, and I'll have my bachelor's in business management.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's great.
So I guess I'm still trying to get over my somewhat shyness, which won't work with this business. And so I have I guess I'll just need ideas on like bringing up recruiting to people, or
Okay. And how long have you been with Posh?
Since the end of January is when I signed.
Okay, so did you hit your 30-day numbers, or is that coming up? Yeah. Okay, so you hit your 30-day numbers. So now we're working towards your 60, and you are going to need one recruit then. Okay, that's good. For your parties, were you doing in-home or online or both?
I'm gonna try to do both. I did my launch party and I had 3 people show up, so it wasn't really that big, and I've been having trouble getting bookings. But I did today schedule an event for April 18th, so I'm excited about that because that'll help get my name out there and start networking.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent. Getting at those events are really good. And yeah, you can meet lots of people. Well, that's good that with those 3 people there, you were still able to hit your first goal. Of those 3 people, was there anybody that you kind of felt like they might be interested in the business or have the means to purchase the kit?
One of them might have the means, but I don't think any of them really displayed any interest.
Okay. What did that one that maybe had the means, what did she purchase? Or if you can remember. Sorry to put you on the spot so much.
She just had ordered a couple masks.
Okay, so she got a couple masks. So one of the things that I would do for online parties or in home, and the benefit of having like 3 people versus like I had a party yesterday where we had 8, and like I started checkout like right away, and it went on a really long time because it feels like during checkout too, it's kind of doing like one-on-ones for upselling. But I've also had a party where I had 3, and like I could be more open and like from the beginning, kind of just chatting about the business maybe a little bit in that what's in the kit. So the party I had in last month that had it had 4, including the hostess. The hostess ended up joining and wanting just like the discount for herself, and she may be selling in soon in the future, but she's moving, and so but then another girl who was at the party had made a list and was really checking prices and stuff, and then I just had an enrollment appointment with her yesterday to join my team because she really saw that she really liked the products and the value in it. So, like for example, your friend that came and purchased the masks, I always keep handy, like at checkout or by my computer, a copy of the most recent kit, like the one that's for this month, since it's changing every month. And so, for example, if you, when you take her product or when you follow up about the masks, I would take a look at this Lots of Posh kit. And in the Lots of Posh kit, it does have a Drop Dead Gorgeous mask in it. So if she has that one already, then she'll have that duplicate, or maybe she loves it and wants a second one or can share it. But then there's other face things that she may want because she got the masks. But like the BFF face wash that's in there is $20, and that is an amazing product. I put that in all of my samples because it's completely unique. I've had friends who were using Arbonne previously switch to BFF as their face wash, and just friends who usually use like a real quality product have also really been fond of that, especially with the new like vegan beads and it being all naturally based. And so I would point so if you talked to her and then you said, hey, would you be interested in trying some more things but at a greater discount, and let's look at your face with a BFF. Also in it would be the night and day moisturizer. So if she didn't purchase the moisturizer, then she can restore the moisture to her face. Also, the Perfect bar is excellent with a tea tree in it. So I would tell her, once a day you should be exfoliating, and once a day you should just be washing your face. So, and that one's $10. And then You could talk about lips. There's a smoocheroo. So she got the masks and she's doing all this stuff for her face, but she can't forget about her lips. Also, the Sweet Young Thing, which is $19 retail, is in there. Again, that would be something that, like, in the morning, if she washed her face with the BFF, followed with the Sweet Young Thing, and then did the night and day. A unique thing about the stripper I never thought or knew until leadership was Anne mentioned the fact that it was never intended as a face mask. Like, that's how many of us use it. That's how I love it. But that's why, if you notice in the catalog, the stripper and the gender bender are on a separate page from the masks. And if you see them in a lineup, like a product lineup, then it's not going to be with the masks, because it is really intense. And so anyway, but you could mention that as a mask if she didn't already get it, or just for her body, like to spot treat, because some people just like to put it, maybe a pimple, a hormonal time of the month coming up underneath the skin. She's talking to her like that. Okay, so that way, so those are just some ways. And then if you add it up, and the BFF was 20, and then the Perfect was 10, that's 30, and then the Smoocheroo was 14, so you're at 44. 44, 19 is 54, 63, and then if you said the stripper too, 87, I believe, if I did my math right. And that way you can just show, like, plus there's all this other product, plus there's the business. And the really great thing about bringing a friend on board with you at about the same time that you start is that you can work together. So, if you have your event coming up and you don't want to be there alone, or there's going to be a lot of people, you can split the booth fee, then split the extra. You can talk about how you could just do Facebook parties. And some of my girls have started out and they just did Facebook parties, and then their neighbors like, well, can you just bring the stuff over so I can have some people over? And then they kind of happen their way into in-home parties. So that would be the way that I would just kind of suggest breaking down the kit and what's in it, to show them the value in going that route, and then working on their business that way. Okay, Amelia. Okay, I will be right back. 10 seconds. Amelia, here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Oh, the joys of working at home, right? But then when we're done with this, I can go take her to the park. So, so Christina, did that help you?
Yeah, that helped.
Good. Do you currently use the products yourself, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think about the products?
I like them. Before I started using them, I was having really bad oily skin and like breaking out. And then I noticed I broke out even when I started using them. But like here lately, my face is a lot clearer than it has been in a while. So I think it was just getting used to it and kind of detoxing.
Mm-hmm. Were you using like products like these before, or was this kind of like a cold turkey start?
Well, this is kind of like a cold turkey start. Like I used various like Neutrogena, Noxzema type products. So basically ones with lots of chemicals, not natural products.
Yeah, that's like mine was whatever I had as a product hoarder underneath my sink too, but I never really kept up with it. How about your friend? Do you know do you know why she just went with masks and didn't get any other like face things?
I'm not for sure, but I'm actually going to see her this weekend, and it's actually my cousin. And
Okay.
so I'm going to a birthday party for her. So I was going to put together like a sample birthday bag with a birthday card. So
Oh,
I was going to actually put like the BFF, and she had bought the Sea Witch and the Drop Dead Gorgeous, but I know she likes strong ones, so I was going to actually give her the sample of the stripper because I think
okay.
she'll like that.
Yeah, that's great. See, and you said you're shy, but you came on this call, so I love that. And you like the reason that you switched to these products is like the biggest selling point for friends and family. Even before they try them, just have they look at the products, and even if they're not using anything, just seeing like your face, like how much clearer your face is, and the difference that that's been making, and knowing like what she's using. And then the next time maybe at a party or something, if somebody goes for masks, and be like, well, what are you going to use to wash your face first? So I don't always like go straight, to talk about stuff out of the kit, because you kind of get a feel. And if it's a bigger party and you're not sure, you don't want to scare people. And like going back to building your team, you don't want a whole bunch of kidnappers. Like if you go for the monthly award and you do $1,000 a month and 3 recruits, maybe you got to get at least a rock star out of there. So obviously we don't go around just being like, hey, buy our product cheaper, and but if you talk to her about it, and then bringing somebody else on in the family who, if she tries them at the party, and then this is what the kit is for the month, and you can talk more about it, and someone else in the family liking it also gives it even more credibility, like, what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That way. Let's see. How about any of the other either of the other girls? Or wait, what's your next party lineup? Do you have one?
I don't have another party yet. I got to work on that and make some calls. I guess I feel funny about calling people, and especially some people I haven't talked to in a long time, and I have to get over that.
Well, do you use Facebook?
Yes.
Oh, so another thing that I do and recommend for people to do is, if you just message people, like, have you made a list of like 50 people that you think that might be interested in like hosting a party online, or just hearing about the product?
I haven't done that. Like, I had started kind of a list, but it wasn't like an extensive list.
Okay. Um, if you sit and just like this is the easiest way to start, is just look at your friends list on Facebook with a piece of paper on the side, and then just write down their names. Like if it's somebody who you've been to their party before, because we go to other people's parties, or if it's somebody who maybe has a daughter or a son that would be at the age where they're starting to get acne, we have better ingredients than Proactive, and we have and it's quality. So, and we're less expensive, so you can go with that approach for them. And then if you know anybody who has been in direct sales in the past, then that's a good thing that you would be able to talk to them. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome to the call. So yeah, if you make that list, let's see, and then if you make the list and then look back through there, and then if you give them samples, like let's say this weekend, when you put together a little pack for her, you can just take a couple catalogs and a few extra samples, and just kind of give them to a couple people, family members who are at the party, or just have them out. Another thing that Megan talked about in the academy is like poshing the bathroom. If you have some like just a big fat yummy hand cream, and put it in the bathroom with a note on it that says shiny, those type of things, just to like get the name out there. And then you'll find that people will come to you and talk about it. And even with samples, if you're like, here, I have this for you, like you're giving them something. So maybe that would feel less awkward about talking about it. I've also in the past done like my samples that month where, like how you said, the BFF, were items that were in the kit. So if I did like 2, 3, or 4 samples, however many I was going to give out to somebody, I would try to make a couple of them also ones that were in the kit, just to give me a kind of like an excuse to talk about the business opportunity and what would be in it. And that kind of like leads into it. So it's not like, oh, hey, you want to join my business, but it's like, oh, you know what, just so you know, like when you're going to look at the catalog and you're going to look at everything, if you love this stripper and you love the BFF, it is in the kit, and we can talk more about that if you want. Like you can kind of take that route easier. Okay, so Shannon says, what's the best way to talk to people about joining without seeming pushy or overbearing or scaring them away, but still getting them to actually go through with joining? So that is also a good question. I think a smile on your face, I think has been my thing. And just like we were talking about like with Christina, like and her experience with it. And Shannon, I know that you love these naturally based products. So that you're sharing you're sharing with them something they already use. They already use soap, or they should be. And maybe you should pick friends that use soap and take showers. But like they're already using soap. You should be washing their face. So you're offering them a product that they should be buying anyway. Also, we're offering a product that's made in the United States, so we're keeping American workers employed and employing more as we grow. Then we add more. We have to add more people to our distribution centers, our product centers, to our home office. So we're also building jobs. That's really important to some people to know it's out here. Just going to the fact that we have all of our ingredients listed, so you can like compare products with them. For most people, the most important part to getting them to join is getting the product on them, like whether it's sending them samples, whether it's going to their house. And a way to not feel pushy about that is with like a one-on-one. And so you say, I just recently started using these products called Perfectly Posh. Have you ever heard of them? And most people say, no, I've never have. And they say, okay, well, they're naturally based. They're made in America. They have these awesome ingredients. And I really need to practice talking to people about joining my business. Would you mind if you came over to my house? I'll make some coffee. We'll have some cookies. Let the kids play. And I can practice chatting with you about it. Or we can talk on the phone about it. Just let me practice. So using as practice is a really good way. I had 3 parties in Kansas, 3 open houses while I was living there when I started with Posh, and all 3 of them, the Facebook invite was basically, hey, I just found Perfectly Posh. I absolutely love it. I need your opinion as I'm going forward and to practice on you. From those, I had multiple orders, and they also ended up with 2 recruits. One joined the next day and one joined 3 months later after she ordered once a month from me. So then also if you were going to do like in like open houses and just be like, hey, come to my house, play with this stuff. Even if you had like a certain, once a month, twice a month, once a week, just like making it really relaxed. You have the product, they have the faces and the body to put it on, and just practicing, and they get a free facial out of it and whatever snacks you provide for them, right? So that, in my mind, that's not pushy because you're offering them a product. When you talk about the kit, you're offering it at a really great discount. What is it, like less than $10 an item for this amazingness? And you'll find that a lot of people don't think they can do it. Like they're going to be scared or think they don't have the time, or and that might end up being the case for them. But the biggest selling point for me with Posh when I chose to work the business was the fact that we have so few consultants and our market is so wide open. Like I absolutely love a Pampered Chef. I absolutely love my oils. I use doTERRA oils. There's a lot of things that I love, and I love 31. I love the bags. I could organize those all day. But I know people who also sell it. Like I can name off at least 5 people for every direct sales company. Especially being a military spouse, we have to have portable careers, and a lot of them have that. Nobody in my friend circle, hundreds of people were selling Perfectly Posh. And so that could also be, a non-threatening way, like, hey, if you ever thought about it, then you should go ahead and give it a try, because if you don't tell people about it, then probably your friends or family in like the next month or 2 are going to get a Facebook invite by somebody else on my team or somebody else in the company, and you could have been the one to introduce them to it. Also, I say, you know what, just give me 90 days. 90 days. You get a $99 kit with all of this product. You give me 90 days to just help you share it. There's no obligation, nothing. If at the end of 90 days, you want to block me on Facebook, you want to delete my emails, you want to do anything like that, great, right? But just give me 90 days. For some people, you might even say, just give me 30 days. Just give yourself 30 days. Just try it. Because I know, like, Shannon, you're going to be a rock star at this. And so you can say, like, 90 days from now, if you didn't, you're going to be like, wow, I wish I did. So Shannon had some really good things. She said also that she loves that Posh is consumable. So you eventually run out and you have to buy more. And you can only have so many bags, right? So many bags, so much jewelry. That's exactly another great reason, Shannon, to talk to people about this and about joining, because we have a new catalog every 6 months. Okay, so that's apart from like our splurge, and the splurge, is only for consultants now, because we as consultants were the ones just like buying it out within hours anyway. But we then have those new products that come in that we can offer, we can sell to our customers or give them as bonus gifts, however you decide to use that. But that's potentially this catalog. We're going to have 5 more new products, and that's an opportunity to contact people. The other thing that we have is with the new catalog. I mean, the sand scrub. Okay, yesterday I had an event with 8 people, and 2 of them bought that lime and a coconut scrub. Amazing. A couple of them bought that beach scrub. People bought the heebie-jeebie, and that's something I didn't have to offer them in January, and now we have something new. And Christina said, I think the product design and packaging is unique, and that's what caught her eye initially. Yes. Completely agree with that, Christina. And if you haven't heard Anne talk about this, it's really awesome, because at Leadership and Day Away, she said, Anne being a co-founder of Perfectly Posh, that there are products out there from companies that, like, it is very, I'm going to say, like, scientific, like, it's really great for your skin, and it's in like a really boring bottle, and like it doesn't have any smell, and it's just boring. And then there's like fun. There's like walking through the mall, you can smell out the doors, just walking by it, you can smell the fun that you can purchase in there. Just all of the smells, and you can see their labels, and it's just like really cute. It's eye catching. You can all think about that place in the mall that people would go and buy stuff from. But we offer a product that is great for your skin, and that is fun. So that's exactly right with the packaging and the unique design. What was the other thing that she said? She said so many wonderful things at Day Away and Leadership. So if you didn't get there, then you definitely should try to get to Unconventional, because they talked about it a lot. But also, she put up this graphic of this lady. It's kind of aside from recruiting, but kind of with it, of a girl in a lab coat going like this. Like totally freaked out. And she said, if we ever feel that way, then we're doing it wrong. We're talking about Posh wrong, and we're looking at it wrong, because we just need to know that Posh is intentionally shallow. Like, we're an intentionally shallow company, in that you deserve to be pampered. You deserve the best ingredients, and you should take that time for yourself. So we have quality ingredients. We have essential oils. We have natural butters. But that is really important. Oh, okay. Also, we have like 4 minutes left. All you need for recruiting is right here in the catalog. Like, seriously, because this is fun. Yesterday, the girls were at the party were asking me if we sold clothes, because they wanted the dresses that were in here. So we talk about ingredients in the beginning. Turn in the catalog, read from it, because what you're doing, people think it's awesome, because you're like turning, like, they're like, well, we've got essential oils. One essential oil we have is lime. Like, this is, and then you can talk about lime. And in the back of the catalog, it has like the props program and stuff when you get to that point of talking with people. But the other thing that we have in here, I just have the page, is that About Us page. This one, that's absolutely gorgeous. And Andrew talked about the fact that you could just talk your way through this page, and this is all that you need to know about Posh. So if you start to talk to somebody, and maybe you're having your friends come over to do that whole like discussion, like non-confrontational, let's just like practice, but you really want them on your team, but you don't want to scare them and tell them that, then you can just talk about this page and how we're made in the USA, naturally based, cruelty-free. We use essential oils. Down here you can see all the things that we aren't, but you see how small that is in the corner, because that's important. But what's even more important is all the things that we are, which are all on the top and down here on the bottom. And that we use sustainable products so yeah, if you talk your way through this page, because you don't want to get away from the fact that we're awesome products. Business wise, if people have ever done direct sales before and they're like, I don't know if I want to get back in that, then I can talk about like the fact that we have less than 20,000 people signed, and we're probably around 19,400. Only 11,000 of those consultants, according to Andrew Adewey, only 11,000 of them could actively sell. So in the entire United States, and we're going from sea to shining sea, there's only 11,000 people that can be their Posh dealer. So keeping that in mind, and telling them, we've got buy 5, get the 6th free when you're selling. If you don't like doing parties and you want to do events, every 6th one you order, you get for free. You can tell them that you can help them balance the carts and that you can do all these things to help them get even more product. And that is completely different for direct. Like if people have been in other companies, there's more strict rules about like hostess rewards and those kinds of things and what you can do. The last thing before we get shut off, if you're having online parties, I always come back to recruiting. Even at regular parties, I start out by saying, okay, so we do have an option where you get a whole lot of product for only $99. It is no obligation, but I'd love to have you on my team and we can discuss it if you're willing to give it a chance. If you decide to give it a chance, then your hostess will receive a referral gift. And I say that because sometimes I don't want the hostess to feel like they're going to get gypped out of sales, and I don't want somebody not to consider the business because they want to help that person get a hostess stuff. So I give them the hostess, then I give a pampering product that maybe I have as an exclusive, or I got on closeout, or just something I can afford in my business, or a half price item. So I offer them those two things, and if 3 people come in off their party and join my team, then that hostess gets 3, and then I say that that deal only lasts until the close of the hostess's party. You could stay till the whole month. You can come back to them later, whatever, if you want. But I say until I close that hostess's party. I think that's most fair on both ends. And then also using www.perfectlyposh.com / whatever your webpage thing is / find. I post that. I do it in every group I'm in if I ever get to post. And I put giveaway alert. Use this, search your zip code, tell me how many people are in your area. Boom. And then I say, like, I'm going to pick a winner from that. And then for anybody who does it, who's not already a consultant, obviously, I contact them. I send them a catalog. I send them samples. I got them to my site. And the fact that they were willing to look at my site means that they're willing to even consider my product. So there was somebody that's worth sending that to, and then maybe talking about the area, adding them to my team in the area. So, okay, I think that we're about out of time. Does that get you guys started off on a good start? Those? Okay. Christina, Shannon, thank you. Thank you. And thanks you for joining us, Rebecca. Lunchtime. And I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any questions, then you can just pop them on the team page and we can chat there. Okay. So have a good day, guys. Bye.